Section 1. The Unseen Architects, a world beneath our feet. There are forces at work on our planet that operate on a scale almost beyond our comprehension. They are patient, persistent, and largely invisible. Far below the bustling cities, quiet forests we know, there exists another world, a realm sculpted not by sunlight but by water and time. It is a vast, three-dimensional labyrinth of stone and darkness, a hidden landscape that shapes the world above in profound ways. We walk upon its ceiling, often entirely unaware of the immense chambers, secret rivers that flow silently, tirelessly, just beneath the soles of our shoes. This subterranean world begins with something as simple and familiar as a single drop of rain. When storms pass over the land, much of the water runs across the surface, gathering into the streams and rivers that are the arteries of our continents. But a significant portion embarks on a much longer, much slower journey. It seeps downward, pulled by gravity through the soil and into the porous rock below. It finds tiny, almost imperceptible fissures and cracks, following paths of least resistance. This patient infiltration is the first step in a grand geological process, one that can take millennia to unfold, transforming solid rock into a hollow, intricate network of passages. Here, in the deep, water becomes a force of creation. It is no longer just a liquid, it is an architect. It gathers in subterranean aquifers, forming immense, slow-moving reservoirs that hold more fresh water than all the lakes and rivers on the surface combined. These hidden oceans move with a purpose, governed by the same laws of physics that guide the rivers we see, but their pace is unhurried, measured in inches per year rather than miles per hour. This gradual, inexorable movement is what gives the water its power. It is a quiet, relentless force, preparing to carve out wonders in the absolute darkness, far from the gaze of the sun. The stage for this grand drama is often set in specific types of rock, most notably limestone. This is a stone born from the ancient remains of marine life, a rock that is uniquely vulnerable to the gentle chemistry of water. Over eons, as slightly acidic rainwater percolates through the ground, it begins to dissolve the limestone, molecule by molecule. What starts as a microscopic crack widens into a passage. What was once a solid mass of stone becomes a honeycomb of tunnels and galleries. This is the slow, patient birth of a cave system, a hidden continent of stone waiting to be shaped by the great artist, moving water. Yes, that is the scene, section 2, the slow sculptor, how water carves the darkness. The journey of water through the earth is a masterclass in persistence. Once it has gathered into defined channels, it forms underground rivers. These are not mere trickles. Some can be powerful torrents, flowing with a force that can move boulders. As these rivers travel through the limestone passageways, they act as sculptors with two essential tools. The first is abrasion. The water carries with it sand, silt, small pebbles from the surface. This abrasive slurry acts like liquid sandpaper, constantly grinding away at the walls and floor of the cave, physically scouring the rock and widening the tunnels with each passing century. The process is slow, but its results are monumental. The water's second tool is chemical. The same gentle acidity that first allowed the water to enter the rock continues its work on a grander scale. As the underground river flows, it constantly dissolves the limestone it touches, not a violent act, but a subtle molecular exchange. The water carries away the dissolved minerals, slowly but surely enlarging the chambers it passes through. Over thousands of years, this dual action can carve out immense caverns, some large enough to hold entire city blocks. This subterranean landscape is not static, it is constantly evolving. As rivers carve deeper into the rock, they may abandon their old, higher passages for new, lower routes. This leaves behind dry, fossilized tunnels, silent galleries of the river's past. Geologists can read these abandoned passages like the rings of a tree. Each level of the cave system tells a story of a different era, a different path the water once took, always seeking the lowest possible point. Eventually, the underground river will encounter a sudden, vertical drop in the rock. It could be a fault line, a cliff face buried long ago, or a point where a hard layer gives way to a softer one. Here, the water does what it must. It falls. It plunges over the precipice into the darkness below, creating an underground waterfall. This is the heart of the hidden world. Immense energy and sound, a dynamic feature born from patient stone. It is a dramatic climax in the slow story of the cave's creation. You know, it's pretty remarkable. Section 3, a symphony in stone, the hidden cascades. A waterfall in the dark is a spectacle of pure sound and motion. Deprived of light, our other senses come alive. A roar, deafening, thunderous, that makes the stones seem to vibrate. Or a gentle hiss, a delicate cascade down a flowstone wall. The water, after traveling so far in silence, finally finds its voice. It crashes into a plunge pool, sending ripples that fade into darkness. A fine, cool mist kicks up and coats every surface. Mosses and ferns, never having known the sun, thrive in that spray. These hidden cascades are the engines of the cave's ecosystem. Churning, oxygen-rich water at the fall's base creates a unique microhabitat. Nutrients washed from above are distributed here, a relative abundance in an otherwise sparse place. So life gathers. Blind cavefish, ghostly, translucent, patrol the pool's edges. Colorless crayfish probe the bottoms. Pale invertebrates navigate by touch and chemical cues. Exquisitely adapted, proof of life's foothold in unlikely places. The mist also sculpts the cave's delicate beauty. Mineral-rich spray deposits tiny calcite crystals on walls and ceilings. Over millennia, those deposits build fantastic sculptures. Stalactites hang like stone icicles, stalagmites rise like monuments, flowstone drapes like frozen curtains where spray is thickest. The waterfall is an active artist, constantly adding details to a subterranean gallery. Studying these systems gives scientists a window into Earth's hydrology. Tracing this water helps show how pollutants travel, how aquifers are recharged, and how surface and subsurface worlds are linked. Dye tracing, harmless dye dumped into a sinking stream, reveals the secret path, showing it emerge days or weeks later at a spring miles away. These hidden waterfalls are key waypoints in a hidden plumbing system that underpins regional health. It's fascinating. Section 4. The Silent Guardians. Why these depths matter. The work of these unseen rivers and waterfalls extends far beyond their dark, stony chambers. They are the silent guardians of our planet's water balance. The vast networks of caves and conduits act as a natural storage and distribution system. During periods of heavy rain, they can absorb enormous volumes of water, mitigating the effects of flooding on the surface. Then, during long, dry seasons, they release that water slowly and steadily, feeding the springs and feeding the rivers that countless communities and ecosystems depend upon. They are a buffer against extremes, a hidden moderator that helps maintain stability in the world we see. This hidden world, however, is incredibly fragile because it is connected so intimately to the surface. It is vulnerable to our actions. Agricultural runoff, industrial chemicals, and residential waste can easily find their way into the groundwater. Once in the system, these pollutants can travel for miles, contaminating the deep aquifers that are a primary source of drinking water for billions of people. What we do on the surface does not stay on the surface. It echoes in the darkness below, threatening the purity of these ancient waters and the delicate life that depends on them. Protecting these systems is not just about preserving a geological wonder. It is about protecting ourselves. The health of our world is built upon cycles, many of which are invisible. The slow, patient work of water in the deep is one of the most fundamental of these cycles. By understanding and respecting these hidden landscapes, we safeguard the quality and availability of our most precious resource. We ensure that the springs continue to flow, that the rivers run clean, and that the balance maintained for eons is not broken by a single generation's carelessness. The fate of the surface is tied to the health of the depths. So the next time you stand in a quiet forest or walk across a field, take a moment to imagine what lies beneath. Think of the rivers flowing through eternal night, of the chambers carved by millennia of patient work, and of the waterfalls roaring or whispering in a world of stone. They are a profound reminder that our planet is full of wonder, much of it hidden from sight. These unseen forces are not separate from our world. They are its foundation. They are the Earth's deep, slow heartbeat, a constant, life-giving pulse in the dark, shaping the world we call home.